Hi, this is Adrian from videolane.com doing a tutorial live on YouTube. Okay, actually I wanted to do a tutorial and then after that edit and then post to YouTube. But since I want to test live, so I'm doing this. Okay, this tutorial is an answer to a question posed by one of our members. And her question is how to add text inside Hitfilm 4 Express. If you haven't known it yet, Hitfilm 4 Express is a free professional video editing software which you can download from hitfilm.com. It works almost the same as Adobe Premiere Pro. In my class, I teach Adobe Premiere Pro, and for those who can't install Premiere Pro, I'll advise them to install Hitfilm 4 Express. It's free and it works almost the same. Okay, it works almost the same except for one part, adding text and titles. So Hitfilm 4 Express, or rather Hitfilm, is actually a special effects software, a software to make special effects, those blasts, laser beams, and all that. So when it comes to text, it's a little bit different, and I should say better than Premiere Pro. Okay, so let's quickly dive right in. For the part on how to use Hitfilm 4 Express, I have another tutorial on that. But for this one, I'll jump straight into adding text and title. So let's begin. If you can see on your screen right now, my face is on the bottom right. And on top of me is the step-by-step instructions. So I'll be following the instructions step by step. And on the left, you see Hitfilm 4 Express. Okay, I'm going to remove the title right now. Inside my project panel, I have a clip in. I've already put a clip into the timeline. What we're going to do is to put a title on top of this clip. Okay, so the first step is to go to the media panel, which is over here on the, follow my cursor if you can't see it. I will wiggle the cursor so you can see where I'm going. Okay, click the arrow till you see media panel. Right, media panel is over here, click on it. And then click on the new button, the plus new button. Select Composite Shot. Right, click on Composite Shot. You will see a Composite Shot Properties dialog box. Now, in this box, they request you to put in the title. You can put in your own title, but I'd rather leave it as the default title so that I don't have to waste time changing the titles as I put in more text. And for the template, ensure that the template is the same as your project template. For my project, I set it as 1080p, Full HD, at PAL 25 frames per second. So by default, it's the same. For the rest, I'll leave it alone and then click OK. What happens is we have a new timeline here, timeline panel called Composite Shot 1. Earlier on, we were in the editor timeline panel. Now we have a new Composite Shot 1 panel, okay, which is this one on inside your media panel, the Composite Shot 1. So we have done number 2. Now next, we go to step 3. In the viewer panel, select the text tool. Okay, the text tool looks like a letter A over here. Letter A, select it. And then click anywhere inside the viewer. A text properties dialog box will pop up. Okay, asking you to change the width or set the width and height. Okay, leave this alone. You can change that later on. Just click OK in the text properties dialog box. Okay, that was step 4. Now we go to step 5. start typing in the text in this blue box here. Okay, that's your title box. So my text, I'll call it chicken burrito. All right, chicken burrito. Now you can change step 6. You can change back to a selection tool to reposition the text box. So now the text tool is selected. If I hover my mouse over here, you'll see text. This is the text tool. The selection tool is this one on top. Selection tool, click on it, and now you can position the box anywhere you want. So I put it in the center. Okay, I know you're asking, how come my chicken, the N is below? Wait, we'll come to that later, which is step 7. Go to the text control panel to change the font, the size, the color, and other text properties. Okay, where is the text control panel? Okay, follow my cursor. It's on the bottom left hand. Again, go to this arrow, and then you see text panel. Okay, that's your text control panel. Okay, now we want to make the font smaller. I have to go into the text box within the viewer and select the text. Okay, I have a phone coming in. Let me put this away. One more time. Select the text and then go into the text control panel and change to any font you like. Let's say I choose Helvetica. You can also change the size. Maybe I change to size 100. Okay, so you see the size start to change. And you can also change the text color. I'll leave it as white. Okay, earlier on you see it was in the font was in impact. Actually, I prefer impact, so I'm going to change back to impact. And I prefer it to be bigger. So maybe this time I put 150 in over here. Change the font size. There you go. And you notice in the viewer panel, the font is a bit too big and doesn't fit into the box. So that brings us to step number 8. Okay, when the text becomes too big for the box, enlarge the box by holding and dragging the handle on the bottom right. Okay, we are talking about the text box within the viewer panel. Okay, you click on it. You will see a handle at the bottom right here. Can you see it? It's a little dot, a square or circle dot. Okay, when you hover over it turns white. Okay, just handle it, hold on to it, one more time, and drag it. Okay, the box, you can change the box size to any size you like. Okay, I want the word to be on top of each other, so I do it this way. Now again, let's move it to the center. I want the two words to be center justified, so go back to our text control panel below here under paragraph. Right now it's left justified. Let's select center justified. Nothing happens. Why? Because you have to select the text first. Okay, that will bring us to step number 9. This you have to know. Whenever you are adjusting the text within the text box here, this thing you wanting to note, double click the text box to change the text. Single click to move the text box around. Okay, so now we want to change the text, so I double click it, double click and select all the text. One more time, double click, and then I go into the text control panel. Under paragraph, I switch it to center alignment. There you go. Now my text is aligned, center justified. Okay, I single click it, and I can move it anywhere I like. You notice it's not very center. I think it's because I have a space somewhere. Let me remove the space. Okay, there you go. Click single and move this somewhere in the center. Okay, that brings us to step number 10. Go to the editor timeline. Over here, editor timeline. And go back into the media panel. We can't see the media panel now. We have to click the arrow, left arrow, until we see the media panel over here. And we see our clip and our composite shot. Okay, we want to drag the composite shot onto the upper layer on top of our clip. All right, this is our clip on the first layer. Now, second layer is the composite shot that we created in the other tab right here. So we have our title now on our clip. Okay, I put my playhead to the beginning and press play. There you go, the title, chicken burrito. What's next? It's not over yet, don't go away. Okay, we have played back and checked. Now, if you notice, my text has got outline. Okay, that's because I've already set it as a default in my previous edit. But if you are starting out, you won't see the outline. So I'm going to show you how to add shadows and how to add outline. Okay, here goes. Okay, first, how to add shadow. Go to the effects panel and search for drop shadow. Okay, effects panel is over here. Effects. Okay, look for drop shadow. You just click search for shadow, SHADO. Okay, there you go. Drop shadow. And then drop it. No, not here. You have to go back into the composite shot timeline. Let me check my previous one. Yep. Okay. Over here. Now, drop it into the text layer in the composite shot. Once you drop that, okay, open up the arrow on the left hand side. You will see the properties of the text, and under effects, you will see drop shadow. So now your text will have shadow. If you open up the options for drop shadow using the arrow here, you will see other options to change the angle, the distance, okay, the opacity, the size of the shadow, or the color of the shadow. Okay, I will not change that. I'll leave it as default. So now let's go back to the editor timeline over here and watch. You can see a little bit of shadow. Okay, so now let's talk about adding outline. Okay, how to add outline? We go back to our text control panel over here on the bottom left. Okay, search for the text control panel and then go back to composite shot. Go into here and select your text, all the text. Select the text one more time. And go into the text control panel. Over here, if you notice, this option over here is called stroke width. Okay, I've already set it to 3. By default, it's 0. By default, it's 0. Okay, let's see what happens if it's 0. Go back to editor panel. You'll notice that there's no outline. And if it blends with the bright area, it's a little bit hard to read. So we want to add the outline. So if you notice, if I go back here, I can't change anything. I go back to the text control panel, I can't change anything because I have to go back into the composite shot timeline and then go into the text, select it, Then you can change the properties. So now I will increase the stroke width, or rather outline size, to 3. I mean, that's my personal preference. You can change to whatever size you like. Okay, 3. Okay, you can't see it here because the background is also black. You can change the color of the outline to any color you like. Let's say if I change to red, there you go, you see. Go back to editor panel. Now you have red outline. Okay, but I don't like red, I prefer it to be black. So once again, let's change it, change the outline to black. Click OK. Go back to editor panel. And then playback. There you go. That's how to add text and title in Hitfilm for Express. Now don't go away. Going forward, we can do a lot with text in Hitfilm for Express because this is a special effects software. We can do things like create animated 3D titles. Okay, and in the next tutorial, I'll be showing you how to add a box, a colored box behind the text. Okay, like if you want to do a lower thirds, okay, we usually have a rectangle, a long rectangle behind the text. So that will be in my next tutorial. So if you like this tutorial, remember to click the thumbs up. Okay, the instruction is here. Hit the thumbs up and click subscribe for more. Feel free to leave a comment or ask a question, okay, about Hitfilm for Express. I would like to do more tutorials for you guys. And that's it for today. See you in the next Hitfilm for Express tutorial number 2. This is Adrian Lee from videolane.com.